Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads, where today I am doing my weekly wrap-up from this past week. Reading-wise, it was a quagmire. I did read one book, No Plan B, Jack Reacher, number 27, by Lee and Andrew Child. I gave this a 3.9 out of 5. I did also do a Conan read. I did a Sherlock Holmes entry as well. And then I read two short stories. I read Herbert West's Reanimator, which I gave a 4.1, and I read Down in the Darkness by Dean Koontz, which I gave a 4.8, one of my favorite short stories this year. Average rating for my reading this week was a 4.3. I also did read some of Book 3 of the Dandelion Dynasty by Ken Liu, The Veiled Throne. That is about all I've got. It's about 200 pages. Doesn't look like much, but we'll get into this week and what I'm going to be reading. In terms of videos, last week I did 9. I did my book review, my Saturday shorts, my Conan and Sherlock Holmes videos. I did a From the Shelves on Michael Crichton's timeline. I did 3 tag videos. Busy week on tags. I did an updated shelf tour. And I did my normal Wednesday short, What Are You Reading Wednesday? And so I did 9 videos last week. I'm thinking about probably alternating Sherlock and Conan. I know I really enjoyed Herbert West Reanimator from H.P. Lovecraft. He's probably another one that I might get into that rotation and mix. I'm still kicking around, but maybe in the new year I'll start rotating between Sherlock and Conan. As reading both of those, doing the reviews and notes and everything, it just dwells into my time of reading other stories. Now there's a bunch I want to read in 2025, so I might do an alternating schedule on that and only do one a week. We'll see how the cadence goes. In terms of the community engagement, subscribers, I had a bunch of engagement this week. A huge list to go through. Forever Dissenting, 3675, Robert G. Reader of Books, Bing Lamb, Nicole's Bookish Nook, Eric's Bookshelf, Elder Talk, Brian M.R. Pranic 1, Jack Walter 5970, Secret Fire Books, Trav's Bookshelf, Already Overbooked, Xanadu Castle, Faceless Book Reviews, Joseph Reads Books, James Biddle 469, Rob Reitz 1, Some Other Character, Vince Corner, Ingrid Fitz 5677, Josh Dean 5449, Book Ramble, Book Chat with Pat, Caleb Welch, Twice Born by Grace, Novel Insights, Binary Badia 9480, Lens 12, Eric Wag 6438, Paper Pages Possibilities, Dylan Morris, Kevin Bartolo Musi, I believe. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Kevin. Colin RG7GT, Colonel Mustard in the Library. That was a really interesting handle. S. Druce 83, Adventures in Literature, Rowdy Player 1, Stephen Everett 7, Book Buds, Little Big Library, Loco 143, Maeve Ever Books, Albert the Conjugator, Professor X, Eric Henderson 3825, Sue Jackson, McNulty Book Corral, and Amy Harbored in Pages 8272. It was a busy week. Awesome stuff. I appreciate all the comments, all the suggestions. I've been getting a lot of suggestions lately, which is great. I've got I'm making some notes. I had another suggestion I'm going to be looking for my short story week, and so that's on the horizon. Let's talk about comment of the week. So first and foremost, I want to give Nerdishly Active his just dues. I believe it was Forever Dissenting that told me, like, hey, you overlooked this comment. And yeah, in retrospect, this probably should have been a comment I featured as comment of the week. But when I made my post about finishing The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, Nerdishly Active, who's been a longtime subscriber of mine, really good guy, was like, he put this comment out there and I kind of overlooked it. Only phonies read this book. That's all the world is coming to. All you phony bastards stick together. And it was a great comment. It was very, very well done, and I overlooked it. So my apologies, Nerdishly Active. I had another comment this week as well. Brian from Adventures in Literature. He was responding to my rating of No Plan B by Jack Reacher, and I gave it a 3.9. And he's like, that's a really good score. And he said, one of the things that kind of he had anxiety about starting a BookTube channel was going all scorched earth on a book that people liked. And I thought that was a really interesting take. And he said, one of the things that stopped me from starting a BookTube channel was the fear of going scorched earth on a beloved book in the backlash. And I understand that. There's a lot of booktubers that with mainstream books, whether or not they connect with them or not. They just phone it in and kind of give them a great review, just that they don't want to buck tradition or have an opinion that's differing from the crowd or mainstream. And so I appreciate that comment from Brian. In terms of book-related news, again, I've been doing this for several weeks now. I want to continue to do so. The following booktubers are published: Tim at Secret Fire Books, definitely should check him out. Gary at The Tainted Tavern. Nicole at Nicole's Bookish Nook. Eric Wag. Mark at Book Ramble. Eric's Bookshelf. Thomas at McNulty Book Corral. And then there's a bunch of other people that also host booktubers that I've been trying to give credit to. Josh at Already Overbooked. Chris at The Bearded Book Beast. He actually had Mike's book reviews on his live stream yesterday or the day before, and that was really cool. Jake at Pulp Mortem. Logan at Novel Insights. Tim at Secret Fire Books. And Rowdy at Rowdy Player One all have been hosting independent authors, self-published authors. You should definitely check out their channels and their content and go check out those live streams. I also wanted to highlight on some upcoming book news that I have kept my eye on. Obviously, I mentioned this before, but there's a new book coming out in May, Never Flinch by Stephen King. I've got my eye on that. There is the new Joe Abercrombie book coming out around that time as well, called The Devils. And then there's going to be a new James Islington book, The Strength of a Few, which is a follow-up to The Will of the Many. That's coming in 2025. I don't know which month just yet. And then Black Fire Blade by James Logan, which is a sequel to The Silverblood Promise. That's coming out in November of next year. I still need to read The Silverblood Promise. That was a recommendation from Nerdishly Active, by the way, and I'm going to get to that. I also did see that there was a trailer for the short story The Monkey from Stephen King, and that's going to be starring Theo James and Elijah Wood, and that's coming in February, so be on the lookout for that adaptation as well. In terms of what I'm going to be reading this week, I'm going to be reading one book this week, and I'm hoping to get through it all, but I am going to be head down to get through this book, The Veiled Throne. I have roughly 700 and some pages. That is the goal for this week, is to get through this week. So next week, I can get to the final two books on my TBR. Bosch, The Black Echo, and Evan Tanner, The Scoreless Tie by Lawrence Block. I wanted to get to these the following week, as it will be Christmas week. Yeah, Christmas is in 10 days. I'm not ready, but I will have some time off, so hopefully I can get nose down on those two books as well. So that's my reading goals for this week, is this book. That's my focus. Obviously, I will have another, in terms of videos this coming week, I'm going to have another Saturday Shorts. I'm going to have another Conan, another Sherlock, another From the Shelves, and I have a book tag coming from Pat, Book Chat with Pat. I promised her I would get her book tag done, and I did, and so that's going to be coming. And I'm working on another Why You Should Read video about an author that I've really enjoyed over the years, and I'm starting to get back into, and so I'm excited to get back into those. I would like to, in 2025, is to get back in the cadence of doing the deep dive character study and the Why You Should Read as well. Again, it's just trying to find all these various series that I'm doing between Sherlock, Conan, From the Shelves, and everything else, and trying to fit it all in. So, but that's the plans. I know I'm really rambling through this one today. I have my granddaughter here, and there's a lot going on, so I wanted to make sure I got time to get this out there and to give you all a recap of my week and what is going to be on the horizon. So I hope you're having a great Sunday, and I will talk to you all on the next one. I'll see you.